Welcome to a regular Railfanning video for once. Haven't seen one of those in ages. Anyway, to start off the video will be a K423 with some Canadian Pacific power trailing behind a CSX. If you've been a subscriber for at least 2 years, you would probably know that this train was the one I used to catch the most. This is Q453 with a new CM44AH and trail. caught Q453 was because we were on the way to Plant City at that time, and because there's a green signal. You can't just leave on a green signal. But the whole reason why we went out that evening was because of the next train that you are about to see. That night, the whole reason we were out was for this train, X142, an extra autoracks train from Tampa to somewhere in Alabama. Due to the pandemic, autoracks were stored down somewhere between Mulberry and Tampa. Now that the auto industry is back, they shipped those out to somewhere in Alabama or something. Anyway, here's an extra autoracks train passing through. This next train is Q045 with a SD70 Mac overhaul in the lead, and an SD40-2 in trail, and a Gevo. Ever since this video, Q045 and Q441 have been uncombined and are now two separate trains. The last train of that night would be CSX 0712. 712 is a turn job from Winston to Sebring and back to Winston. For some reason, he had some very weird flat cars on him. I don't know what they were doing on there, but I guess they were towards the Winter Haven ILC or something like that. Not long after that, we find ourselves trackside again, with the first train of the day being 0708. 0708 has a very interesting locomotive in trail. Jeep 38-2 2756. CSX 2756 is the only Jeep 38-2 in the surviving Yellownose 2 paint scheme. A little bit later comes a Plant City classic, PO91, the Silver Star, with Kyle Myers at the throttle today. Not very much longer after came CSX 0710. Thanks to the track foreman who was sitting out waiting for these next two trains to pass for giving me some information on the next trains. Now, here's something kind of strange. 708 is backing up instead of switching his engines around and going the other way. I don't know what benefits were to this, but somewhere along the line, I know there was some kind of benefit. Probably 2756 didn't have PTC or something like that because, you know, it's old. Now, I'm not entirely sure how accurate this is, but I know it's been a while since a train has backed up on the A line through Plant City. I think it's at least a couple years since, or 2-3 years since it's done this, but I'm not exactly sure. If anyone knows the answer to this, please say so in the comments below. Now, this Sperry car had been waiting over by the Plant City platform for all of those trains to go by. It was definitely something cool seeing it going onto the track like this, and I don't know if I'll ever see one of these things again. I know I had seen a rail Sperry car back in Folkestone a while back, like 2018 or something like that, I don't know. But to see another one, let alone a truck, one of these big things, was definitely something to see. So I decided to film the experience. What you're seeing right now is a K201. What I had been told is that it was supposed to be some kind of sugar train, but looking it up, it said it was a phosphate train for mulberry. But as soon as you came around that corner, it was definitely not phosphate. Now, as long as you're not blind, I'm pretty sure you can see what this train is carrying. Rails. I'm pretty sure these were bound for the USSC, also known as U.S. Sugarcane Railroad. I'm pretty sure they're replacing the track for their new 148 steam locomotive down there, but that's just my theory. If anyone can correct me on that as well, please say so down in the comment section. Now, a couple of days later, we catch this power move. I don't know what his ID was, but it had the same leader as K201 the other day. But what you're about to see after this train is yet another K201 with a very special treat on the front end of it. Now the second K201 has a very nice consist. A BNSF SD70 Ace leading. One of my favorites. Now here, 2756 makes a return, leading 0719. I have never caught in this train here, but today was finally the day. Now we chase him down a little bit to another road where I wanted to catch him for one time. I'm probably never going to see something like this ever again, but, you know, I might. But here's just a clip of that happening for once. Now, a couple of days later, there would be a troublemaking train which would start sparks out of the locomotive and create a fire down by the abandoned station. The train in question that did that was 0911, a rescheduled train of 0711. I had filmed part of the fire after this and the next train, but I lost the footage somewhere, so I'm unable to show you. Now the next train was Amtrak PO92, Silver Star northbound, with our buddy Mr. S, and he went crazy. Now, 92 had called the dispatcher to tell them that the fire wasn't a huge threat, but they would still have the firemen go out to put it out because, you know, it's a fire. Anyway, the next train you're seeing right now is Q453, again. Now, what was supposed to be on this train after the ST-70AH was a Leaser locomotive. Oh boy, I can already see all the beams in the comments. Anyway, it didn't happen because it got taken off, and I'm pretty sure it got put onto 0712 that same night, which sucked for me. Now here's something you don't see every day. Daylight intermodal. Today's Q177 was pretty late, and it made him around here at 12:30 in the afternoon. I don't know what caused him to be so late, but at least it made something interesting. Now, on the same night, 0712 carried 2 Leaser locomotives bound for the Winter Haven ILC or Sebring, one or the two. I can see the memes in the comments again. Anyway, this is the last train of the video, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already.